Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty, your Kingdom Concierge. Happy Monday, everybody. What a beautiful day today. I spent some of my time in-house, but I did get out a little bit. I went and got a massage earlier, phenomenal therapeutic massage. So that was great. I always want to get that self-care. Do not forget about self-care. Very, very important. And for all of your massage needs, Fifi Redmond is the girl to go to. So check her out. Phenomenal Therapeutic Massage. LLC. I also want to give a big shout out to our sponsor tonight. We have Liz Macbeth. Liz Macbeth is the owner and founder of New Creations. That's New Creations. Listen, it is some good stuff. This tea, I have some iced tea today. It's peach tea. It is delicious and it's herbal, has no caffeine in it. And it's very, very flavorful. I love peach tea. It's the best out there. And she uses a tea, guys, that's a premium black tea, which I love because you can really taste not only the tea itself, but you can also taste the flavor in it too. So listen, go out there and get you some tea. You can get it ice cold, which is what I have today because it's hot outside. But you can also get your herbal teas. You can get teas for medicinal purposes, all types of teas, guys. She has it for blood pressure monitoring or care. She has it for diabetes. She has it for cortisone levels. She has it for anxiety if you can't sleep at night. So many things that North Creations has. So go out there and order it, guys. You can get your subscription as well, so you don't have to keep ordering every month. Get your subscription, and every month you will get your new month supply of herbal tea. So go out there to north-creations.com. That's north-creations.com, who's the sponsor of our show here tonight, and grab you some good tea. Oh, this peach tea is on point. Love it. So big shout out to Liz Macbeth tonight. Also, guys, listen, happy Women's Month. We are still rocking and rolling. And as you can see, my executive producer is putting out a lot of content. She is the one responsible for acknowledging all of the ladies. So I really don't know who's going to be acknowledged until I see it post in the ladies' room. And she's really doing a great job. New Year Productions LLC is the one who is taking over that campaign. She's doing an amazing job. And we see you. As many as it comes out, I try to go out and say, hey, we see you. And we do. And listen, I am so excited for everyone who is being acknowledged, or maybe if you didn't make it this year, maybe next year, but we see you. We're excited about what you're doing, and we celebrate women all across the world. And if you've been following us, you can see that there are women who are being celebrated all the way over in South Africa. They're doing a great job as well. So we love it. We love celebrating. We love acknowledging you. We love uplifting women. We're the most powerful beings on the planet. So kudos to you from the ladies' room, our heart to yours. We continue to proudly celebrate you. On this weekend, guys, it was a great weekend. I went to the Uncaged Women's Conference hosted by Angel, girl, you rocked it. You rocked it. You rocked it. You rocked it. It was an amazing conference, guys. It was a 2-day women's conference, Uncaged. The keynote speaker was none other than Real Talk Kim. Guys, listen, I love Real Talk Kim. Those of you who know me, you know I follow her. I am on all the things that she does. I love to support her. She's just an amazing evangelist and pastor at Limitless Church. Had an opportunity to kind of talk with her a little bit and spend some time with her on this weekend. So that was such an honor, such a privilege. Angel, you did an amazing job on this weekend. And for all of the ladies who attended, I know you were blessed. I was definitely blessed. Friday night and all day Saturday, just a tremendous, tremendous conference. Kudos to Angel, baby. We love you. Hope to have you on our show so we can talk a little bit more about what you're doing in the community and how you're continuing to help women all across the state. And actually the nation. We had several people to fly in to come and to be a part of this conference. So you did an excellent job. So kudos to you. Looks like we have a note here from the owner and founder of North Creations. And Liz Macbeth, good evening to you. She's at one time 10% off code Ladies Room until April 23rd. Yes. All right, guys, I am so excited. So, if you go in to north-creations.com and you use the code Ladies Room, you will get 10% off of your purchase. It's a one-time purchase, 10% off code. Guys, go ahead and use that. That's good up until April 23rd. Write it down, grab it. Liz, if you could put that, oh, I see it. She's put it into the chat. So if you're a tea lover like I am, I love tea, ice cold, hot tea, it doesn't matter. If it's tea, I love it. So go out there to north-creations.com. Use the code Ladies Room. That's one word, capital L, capital R. You will get 10% off of your purchase. And that's good until April 23rd. Happy Women's Month. That's our gift to you, the gift from North Creations, guys. Listen, Liz, we love you in the Ladies Room, and thank you so much for sponsoring the show here tonight. So go out to north-creations.com, use the code Ladies Room, that's one word, capital L, capital R. Use that code so you can get 10% off of your purchase for tea. Mm-hmm. Delicious. So now tonight, guys, we have a wonderful, great, amazing young lady that I've been knowing for several years now. If you know anything about acting, you know about this woman right here. She is phenomenal. She knows how to command that stage, honey. And when she takes on the role, you forget about who she is. You start to embody the actual role that she's taken on. So we want to welcome to the Ladies Room Talk Show, Lillian Cole. Happy evening to you.
Hello. Happy evening. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad for you to be here tonight. How was your day?
My day was good. Look, you were talking about self-care. Today was a self-care day for me. It was. I went to the chiropractor. I went and got a massage because, after being, as you stated, on the stage and doing these necessary things, I have to take some time to unwind. So today was my day.
Absolutely. And you look, if you missed out on the phenomenal therapeutic massage, you missed out on the treat. Next time you go and sign up with Fifi Redmond, you'll be glad that you did. So let's talk a little bit about you, Lillian. Let's talk about, how did you get involved in acting? I mean, is this something that you've always wanted to do? Were you a child actress? How did you get involved in this?
Let's see. Well, I'm originally from Mobile, Alabama. And of course, if you grow up in church, they're going to put you in Easter plays, Christmas plays. You're going to have some skits. You're going to have everything that's going on. So as a child, this is what I did growing up. And when I moved to Birmingham to go to school, it kind of just, I guess, kind of fell in the back of my mind with school and studies and all of that kind of stuff. And then I joined the UAB Gospel Choir. And we had a particular concert where he wanted to incorporate like skits with the concert and things like that. And it hit me again. And it was like, whoa, wait a minute. I remember this. So I started attending Guiding Light Church, which is how you and I met. Mm-hmm. And as I was in Guiding Light Church, I joined the drama ministry. And it was one of those things that kind of hit you when you know. And it's like, when I got into it, I knew. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'll never forget, it was one show that we were getting ready for during Tech Week. And I came home and I was laying down and I was, saying my prayers before I went to sleep. And Holy Spirit said, it's time for you to get outside those four walls. And I thought it was talking about us as a whole. So, I went back and I told some of the people and they were like, what are you talking about? And I kind of, just kind of shied away from it. I was like, oh, well, maybe it was just meant for me, because sometimes when God tells you something, it's not a conference call. It's just between you and him.
I like that, Lillian. I have to use that. It's not a conference call. I love it. I love it.
It wasn't a conference call. It wasn't. And in that moment, I knew. I stepped out. I auditioned for an independent director. He wrote his first play. And I ended up getting the lead role in that show. And it was outside the four walls. And so I remember it was one particular scene in that show, and I'm singing, but I had an outer body experience. It's like I was outside my body looking at myself. And in my head, I'm saying, this is exactly where I want to be. And I haven't looked back.
Wow. I want to give a shout out to First Lady Patricia Lowe, because my daughter got her real big start in acting there at Guiding Light Church. And so
Yeah.
she's really good at identifying raw talent and
Mhm.
pulling that talent out and perfecting it. She's brilliant at that.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
it's because of that that my daughter is actually graduating from college in theater and arts. But it has a lot to do, like what you're saying, that
Yeah.
seed was planted there by First Lady Lowe with
Mhm.
the drama ministry there. And she's just brilliant at that.
Yes.
When I look at some of the things that you are doing, you just did something with T. Marie a few
Mhm.
minutes ago. I mean, a couple of days ago, really. I
Yeah.
think it was some oracle reading or something like that.
Yes, it was called a stage reading. So
Oh,
she wrote a play about her relationship with her father called Taps. And we did it February 28th and March 1st at the Dance Foundation.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
just talk a little bit about that because you had several people that was on stage with you. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, there were a total of four of us. There were only four of us. And there was myself, Sharonda Major,
Mm,
Robert, and Stephen. And I played the nurse. The premise behind the show is it talks about her relationship with her father when he was in hospice, the last months of his
mm,
life.
okay.
And they didn't have a really good relationship when she was growing up. And so her and her sister pretty much had to care for him during the last few months of his life. And so this was her way of getting release. So Sharonda played the representation of her sister and herself, T. Marie. I played the nurse, Robert played the father, and Stephen was the narrator, as well as some other characters in the show, like the sergeant or the soldier who had to present the flag at the funeral and all of that kind of stuff. It was both shows were sold out. Both those shows were sold out.
Mm,
The reaction and the feedback that we got, because it tackles grief, it tackles heartbreak, it
mm,
tackles unforgiveness, it tackles what do you do and how do you get past when someone breaks your heart, but you don't get an apology the way that you think you want to get it.
mm.
So it was an amazing show. A lot of people don't really understand stage reading because they're used to stage plays, they're used to the lights, they're used to the sound, they're used to
Yeah.
the dancing and the singing. But that this was pure simplistic acting.
Mm.
And the narrator created the scene so that you could see the imagery, but we had to bring the words to life.
Wow. I've been to a couple of stage readings before, and I
Hmm.
think I've done at least one or two.
Yeah.
You can really see where when people really embody those stage readings, because people think you just get it, you read it, you don't sit with it, you don't own the actual character that you're playing, but you still have to study it. You still have to embody the person
Yes.
or that you're portraying. And so
Right.
I've been to readings where the people were so good that I forgot they were reading.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
that good. And so, and I know how T. Marie rocks. I know how she rolls. And so I've been to a reading before, and I was able to actually MC and moderate a
Oh.
communication forum after. And
Hmm.
so those guys were so good. They were really, really good. And I forgot they were reading. I
Yeah.
really did. So,
Yeah.
if you can do something like that, Lillian, you are the bomb. And you've been in some plays, you've been in some movies as well, you've been in skits. People love to get you because number one, you take ownership of what you've been given. You
Mhm.
know your words, you know the script, and you give it your all. And I've seen you in plays before, and you have done a magnificent job. A
No, thank you
magnificent
so
job.
much.
And even so, now I think you were just casted. Maybe can we talk about that now on air?
Um,
Maybe not yet. We'll hold
Maybe
on.
not yet because it hasn't been, put out. But let's just say I have another show coming up at the end of June. So
Yes,
I'm excited about
congratulations
that.
to you as well.
Thank you so
And I
much.
think you're a board member for the terrific new theater
Yes, I
on that.
just
And then
board
you,
member in December of last year.
oh wow, so it's pretty recent.
Hmm.
And then also you were in To Kill a Mockingbird with Virginia Sanford.
Yes.
Okay, huh? So do you dance as well, Lillian?
I do dance. So a lot of people like to say, "Oh, you're the triple threat," and I'm like, the first time I heard that, I'm like, "What are you talking about? You act, sing, and you dance." And I was like, "Oh, that's the thing." Okay, so yeah, I dance as well. Yay!
Wow. So you act, you sing, and you dance.
Mm-hmm.
That is so wonderful. And it's great that you are able to hone in on your craft and to do what you love doing.
Yes,
That's something that's really, really key. And some people can't do that. They have the skill set, but they don't utilize those skills.
correct.
And so we have someone else that's going to be coming on the show here after you. But before we
Mhm,
bring them on, my question to you is, can you leave some encouraging words
mm,
to our listening audience? I want you to speak to those young people who want to get into acting, who want to get on the stage, but for some reason, someone is trying to encourage them not to do it, don't follow
yeah.
your dreams. How can you encourage that person to not only do what they feel like they want to do or desire to do,
Mhm.
but not be afraid to step out and do those things? How can you speak to that person? I'm gonna let you give a few words. I'm gonna bring you front and center, let you talk to them, and I'll come back on the show with you.
Okay. So, how would I encourage someone? The first thing I want to say is just do it. God has given each and every one of us internal spiritual gifts. And I liken it to when the Israelites were building the temple, and he specifically said, I have given this spirit, this anointing to this particular person. So we need to remember that when God has given us certain things to do, we have no choice but to do it. And when you don't do it, then you go and you start doing other things that you feel like are going to give you the money that you want, or it's going to satisfy some craving or some need, but you're still running away from what it is that God has told you to do. Just do it. Be obedient, because there is nothing more um fantastic. There's nothing more tantalizing, if that's the word I want to use. There's nothing more great than doing and operating in what God has called you to do. A lot of people ask me if I have a theater background, if I have a degree in that. I do not. It's just something that I know that he planted into me. Is something that I'm passionate about, and I did the work. I've done the training. I've talked to the people. I've went to different workshops and things of that nature to learn and to hone into my craft. So if you have people in your ear telling you not to do something, then my first thing to say is to go to God and ask God, what does he want you to do? So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Just do it. Be encouraged and step out on faith.
I love it. And I like what you said too, to be encouraged. Because some people will discourage you because they don't understand the world of acting. They don't understand, they'll wrap their heads around things that they think they know or that they heard, and they
Right.
just don't really encourage people who want to do those types of things. But if you're called to do it, God is going to make a way out of it. He's
I'm
going to make a way.
telling
He's going to
you.
make it lucrative. It's too many actors and actresses that are doing extremely well right now for that not to be the case.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm very, very, very excited about that. So, and I'm looking forward to your flyer, or however you're going to announce the new one. I know what it is, but y'all can't know yet because
Y'all don't know.
and so I was going to tell you, can tell us. We won't tell anybody in the ladies' room. We'll mum's the word, but we're not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. So, but anything else that we can look forward to seeing you in the next couple?
Um, I have another show that's coming up. We actually have a table read tonight that I'm doing with my spiritual father, George W. Stewart.
Oh
He is
yeah.
another one who has been um very catalytic in my acting career as well. I teamed up with him back in 2016, and it has been a roller coaster of a ride. He is the one that kind of got me used to the knack of traveling out of town to do shows. I know it was one year we went to 28, 30 cities doing a show, and it was one of those things like a dream come true. So that's another thing, to leave with the people. Who's to say that your dreams have to die because of you not being from Hollywood or LA? We don't have to go to Hollywood or LA in order to make it. We can make it from right here in Alabama. And we have a number of people out there who are doing it, have done it, and going to continue to do it. But that show is May 15th. It's called The Meeting. I believe it's going to be at Bethel Baptist Church in Pratt City. But of course, I'll share a flyer about that as well as soon as we get it.
You know, one thing that Allison Sanders put out here that I forgot to mention, both of us are in Soulmate, the miniseries.
Yes, we are. And if y'all haven't seen Soulmate, honey,
go out there and get it. Listen, go out there to YouTube. And hopefully, Allison, if you can put the link out there where they can go and get access to the first series. That thing was something else. And guys, listen, you got to watch the whole thing, like from the beginning, episode one, to understand the flow of everything that's going on throughout the actual miniseries. And I'm telling you, talk about some ebbs and flows. You're going up and down and mad. Listen,
honey,
y'all, poor Lillian, her role, she was so pitiful. But I was scandalous. I mean, I was the exact opposite of Lillian's role. I'm like, oh, goodness. But go out there, check it out, guys. And from one of our very own writers, movie director, movie producer, Allison Sanders with New Year Productions, LLC. Soulmates, honey, it is good. And we had us a good time doing it.
We're on our way to season 3. So don't think that we're not coming back. Check it out. Season 1, season 2. When she put the link out there, I'm telling you, because after season 1, people were like, wait a minute, what's next? I need to know what's going on.
Right. And then people would look at me and like, I thought you were supposed to be nice. Ma'am, it's a role. That is not me.
And then you're in it with your husband. So come on, y'all.
It's crazy. Y'all got to see it, but don't skip series. So get the series, watch the episodes in order, then go to series 2, watch it in order, because each one builds on the other. So you don't want to miss that. But hopefully Allison Sanders will put that link in there for you to go out there and check it out. Check us out. Check me out. Check Lillian out. Lillian, listen, thank you so much for stepping inside the Ladies Room Talk Show. I am saying kudos to you. Happy Women's Month. We celebrate women. Yes. And we enjoy celebrating you, my dear. You are doing great things, and we're looking forward to seeing even greater things to come from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Good night.
Good night.
Guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed Lillian Cole and how we were able to celebrate her tonight. She is an actress here locally in Birmingham, Alabama. You can see she's done amazing things throughout the year and the last year. And then she has some more things that are coming up. So be sure to go out there to her page, hit like and follow that. Request to be a friend of hers so you can keep up with some of the latest and greatest things that are taking place with her acting career. Now, guys, we have another great guest who decided to stop in and hang out with us inside the Ladies Room. And before we bring her in, listen, yes, let's talk about this tea. This peach tea is a peach black tea. It's a premium black tea. It is delicious. This is an ice cold tea brewed especially from North Creations. The owner and founder is Liz Macbeth. Guys, listen, you don't want to miss out on this. Go out to north-creations.com. That's north-creations.com. Go out there and get that subscription. And when you place your order, you will get 10% off of your order. Just put in the discount code Ladies Room. That's one word, capital L, capital R. That's Ladies Room. Put that code into your purchase and you will get 10% off of your first purchase. So you don't want to miss that. That's a good deal, guys. Use our code, and it's good until April 23rd. So go out there and grab some of that if you can. You will be glad that you did. Now, bringing into the Ladies Room Talk Show here tonight. It's our first time hanging out with us tonight, and certainly we hope it won't be her last. We have the National Miss Juneteenth in the room here tonight. We're going to be celebrating this beautiful lady as well. We're so glad to have her in. We're going to bring into the stage Starr Fisher. Hello, Starr. Oh, I can't hear you. Can you turn your
Can you hear us now?
I can. How are you?
Technical difficulties. Yeah. How are you all today?
It's okay. Who do we have here tonight?
So we have the national Miss Juneteenth, Miss Aaliyah Albert
Okay.
Oliver. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I had it down as you were the you were Miss Juneteenth, but I'm so glad to have Miss Oliver in the building. Congratulations to you. This is such a wonderful and huge honor. When were you crowned?
I was crowned in June. I don't remember the day, but it was in June.
Okay, of
Um,
last year, 2025.
yes, I was crowned Miss Oklahoma in June. In October, I was crowned the official National Miss Juneteenth.
Oh my goodness. So I'm sure that's an honor. Tell me what that's like.
I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty great. um, it comes with a lot of pros. There's not many cons at all.
Mhm.
Um, it's nice going around to spread the word to all my peers. Some of them don't want to hear it, but I love to preach anyway. Um, it's nice to think about, and being crowned National Miss Juneteenth was like winning like a gold medal. It literally was. I was kind of in shock because my other person going not against me but going with me to see who was going to be crowned, she had great qualifications as well, which I want to shout her out. Jasmine, love you, girl. You did so good. And yeah, it was amazing.
So have you always participated or competed in pageants?
Absolutely not. This is my first one.
Wow.
Hopefully in the future I will do more. I'm excited for that. But this was my first one.
Okay. So now did you train for this or you just said, you know what? I'm just going to go for it and see what happens?
Well, I can't say I didn't train for it. I had to do my history because first I didn't know what Juneteenth was. I thought the Freedom Fest was just like July 4th, the 4th of July. But then I figured out like 4th of July was freeing the land, not freeing the people. And so when I figured out Juneteenth was freeing the people in Galveston, Texas, 1865, Gordon Granger freed the last bunch of slaves on June 19th. So when I found that out, I was like, wow, why don't we learn this in schools? Like why do they not talk about that? You know? So
Uh-huh.
that's great history to think about.
Okay. So you did your training. Was the competition stiff?
I will say it was nerve-wracking because you don't know the results.
Mm.
It's prominent, but it wasn't necessarily complicated. We went there, we tried it, we did our best, and we came out with the results. And I will say, like, we did our thing, okay? We walked. Miss Starr helped me a lot. She's been the best mentor I could ever ask for. And yes, it was my first time learning how to walk on that stage and talk and learn my what was it called again when I first talked about my
Your projection question and learning how to introduce yourself.
yes, that was when I first learned about those things. Because in school they don't teach you that stuff. They just talk
Right.
about history, but not Black history. They don't talk about all of the other ethnicities' history. They just talk about American history and all the politics, and they never really want to touch the subject about Black history because it's kind of not it's a known subject. It's just like they don't want to touch on it. But my goal as Miss Juneteenth is to talk about it to all my peers, even if they really don't want to hear it, you know?
Mm.
Um, but to those that do, they can know what Juneteenth is all about.
Absolutely. And if you don't mind, I will chime in. Like Aaliyah said, this was her first time being in any type of pageant circuit. I am Star Fisher. I am the director of the Oklahoma Miss Juneteenth pageant and the founder of, and co-founder and executive director of the National Miss Juneteenth Scholarship Program. And unlike most pageants, this is not about pageantry. It is a platform that is dedicated to the preservation of celebrating Juneteenth through culture, legacy, empowerment, scholarship, and leadership. So these young ladies, while they are between the ages of 14 and 21, they all have their own paths, their backgrounds, whether they're coming from high school or whether they're already in college.
Mm.
And you have to clear your mind of all the things that you know, and you go through our program. And in order to be even eligible to participate, there are prerequisites that you have to have accomplished that include writing an essay. You have to have a certain amount of community service hours annually, which is at least 168 hours. Aaliyah has well over 2,000 hours of community service and counting. And that was just at the top of this year. Then you have to be a scholar. You have to be able to, in your essay, talk about something or someone that inspired you about Juneteenth. You have to become familiar with the freedom documents, which are General Order Number 3, the Emancipation Proclamation. And you have to know those things so that you are able to communicate effectively when she is talking to her peers, even though sometimes people may not want to hear what we consider the ugly truth. It is the truth. It's the raw and the real truth of what America is, and fortunately, unfortunately, all of the things that we as people of color have endured from the past 400 years, that is not just Black history. That is American history. And we're celebrating 250 years of America this year, and even in celebrating 250 years of America, we've got to know that there are stories in there that may not paint those beautiful fireworks and flag flying stories that people want to hear and what we usually talk about and what we even sing about. And what our country was founded on was being free and brave. And we've got to consider that if we're talking about freedom and we're talking about bravery, we have to be able to share that story with young people, because if we don't share it with them, the story is going to die. And the most important point for us to encourage and instill in these young ladies is that you are the story, you are the legacy, you are the history. And if we don't continue to celebrate Women's History Month by telling you about your history, knowing who you are, what your foundation is, whether it's who your grandmother is, recipes, whether it's why you go to the church you go to and you sing the songs that you sing, why you all wear the types of clothes that you wear. This is a part of our history, the fabric of who we are as a people, and being able to express that to these young people so that they can continue to tell their children and their children's children. It'll die, and we won't. And I refuse to let that happen on my watch.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's no secret that that some of our political figures are working very hard to extract Black history from the schools.
Absolutely.
And so it's very important that for everyone to understand that there is no history without Black history. Black history
Absolutely.
is history. And so you cannot take that out and think that you have a true, authentic platform of history, because you do not. And so
Absolutely.
I like what you're doing. How long has the Miss National Juneteenth, how long has that been around?
So this is the 6th year of the pageant, and
Okay.
it is a national pageant, of course. But what we've done is connected with HBCUs this year. We've connected with the 100 Black Men of America. We've connected with the Boys and Girls Clubs. We're connecting with high schools and private charter schools in an effort to create a program or a platform that could be a club in each one of these schools. Just like we have, back when I was growing up, we had FHA and FFA, and you have your band groups and your chess clubs and the academic clubs. We want to be able to have a Juneteenth club as well, preserving that, because we want to talk about American history all year round. And, we're always saying Black history is 365 days a year. That absolutely is true. It doesn't start or stop in February. If you consider the 101 of Juneteenth, it's all year round. Without Cinco de Mayo, there is no Juneteenth. Without Juneteenth, there is no 4th of July. Without the 4th of July, you don't have Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? So the goal is to encourage and instill a pride and homage for not just what we revere in our culture or have revered as Black people, but to recognize that while we may seem like migrants in a foreign land. This is our home.
Right.
This is the place that we built. This country was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of our backs, and we've got to take ownership of it. And until we stop acting like slaves, we'll continue to be treated and downtrodden and punched down upon like slaves. And the mentality that I want to continue to instill is pride and remembering who we are. And how do we remember who we are? We look at the generations that came before us. They weren't doing anything trying to break a world record. They weren't starting businesses to make a certain amount of money per year. They were doing what was innate in them, whether they were farmers, whether they were blacksmiths, whether they were cowboys, whether they were cooks, whether they were seamstresses, whether they were drivers. These people created legacies that we should be able to share these stories, not only with our own families, but with the young people that look up to us and that are looking for an opportunity to have other things to talk about, other things to feel good about. How are we going to give them that pride? By sharing with them, listen, you don't just love music and love dressing and love fashion and love doing hair because that's just what you want to do. This is what our people were doing, honey. We were looking fabulous. You know, we're here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it is the home of Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to kind of toot both of our own horns. I co-owner of the first radio station and women-owned radio station in the state of Oklahoma. So yes. And what we have to consider in talking about Black Wall Street is that none of those people who started these business, who had the land allotments, they weren't doing anything to get pomp and circumstance. This was about making a way out of no way and knowing that on the other side of the tracks, there were people who were living in poverty and they were barefoot. They had holes in their clothes. But right on the north side of the tracks, where Black Wall Street is, the historic Greenwood district, you had people who looked like me and you and Aaliyah, who were driving in cars. They wore furs. They went to the best restaurants. They were they owned their own bars and barbershops, and we had buses and trains, and so just knowing that we built that from nothing, from the dust, that is who we are. And so looking around, I want these young people to know, when you're seeing all these celebrities on television and these Hollywood icons, while you may look up to them, the real heroes are the people who created the reason why you wear fashion and why your hair has that 24-inch, weave going down our backs, and we get our nails done, and we like to wear the Christian Louboutins, and our people were looking fabulous, honey, all the time. And I'm going to toot Aaliyah's horn as well. This is Women's History Month. She made history at her school as the first freshman drum major. That is no easy feat. We round of applause, darling. And
I think I'm proud somewhere. Let me see.
Thank you so much. Yes, we love that. The pomp and circumstance behind that is she is in what is a suburban school, a school where the majority of the students do not look like her. She's not represented, but the way she's representing at this school, it is turning heads in the best way possible. It is causing all the commotion in all the best ways possible. She did her first interview coming back from Alabama being crowned, and she didn't share that with anyone at her school because she wanted to make sure she didn't seem like she was boasting or being too prideful, because she was a very humble, respectful, beautiful, sweet-spirited young lady. And before it was noon, the principal, the teachers, the superintendent of the school where she goes to, they had all jumped in a group text message, had gotten her mother involved, and they were like, why didn't we know this? We want to celebrate you. What are you doing? Why we want to talk about this?
They were so mad at you not talking about. They said, so you were on channel 6 and we didn't get a no? I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to be boastful. They said, this is the time we boast. I
Right.
said,
Hey, well, now they know, right?
Now
Right.
they know.
my friends were like, oh, well, you're in the news. I said, oh, you heard that too.
Absolutely. And it deserves to be celebrated. She is a part of history forever. She's the first Miss Juneteenth in Oklahoma. So at the end of the day, we're always be able to write our own story. And what does that story look like? It looks like we are the fabric of America. We are the legacy that our ancestors dreamed about, and until we recognize who we are, we're going to continue to fall by the wayside. And I refuse to let that happen on my watch. These young ladies were incredible that were in Alabama. One was a mass communications major. You have Aaliyah. Then there were and they were all entrepreneurs, and that is the one thing that I did love, is that I wanted to make sure that during our ambassador academy program, it's kind of like a boot camp. Right. You have to figure out how to talk about yourself. You have to be able to write an introduction that you are proud of, an elevator speech, so that when people meet you in a room, they know who you are by the time you leave, if they didn't know what your name was when you first got there. And that was probably the most challenging thing that these young ladies had, because they didn't want to come off as being boastful and prideful. And overcoming that and just talking about the facts of who you are. If you are a business owner, if you are a scholar, if you are serving your community, if you're active in your church, if you are the eldest sister of multiple siblings, talk about that. Talk about the type of family that you come from, what your aspirations are. How are you going to attain those aspirations? What about your family makes you stand out and know I am the one who is going to change the trajectory of my entire family. Mm-hmm. And so those are the things that we try to develop and instill in them during the time that they are working through their program and creating that foundation with them throughout the National Miss Juneteenth program. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling at this point.
Oh, no, you're not. This is very informative. A couple of things I learned. Number one, you had the pageant here last year. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. In Birmingham.
Will that be here again this year?
There is a Miss Juneteenth Alabama, and I know that the Honorable Miss Brenda Ward, she is a legacy in her own right. She was a freedom fighter. She has been given commendations by the governor of Alabama, and so I know that she is the director of the Alabama pageant, and she usually has participants that participate in the national pageant with us.
Okay. And so now when someone is to be a part or to compete in the national sector, are there prerequisites? Are they preliminaries to get into this? Or can you just go in and represent your city? How would one apply to compete in this pageant?
So the beauty of how we are reformatting the program for this year, my co-founder, Reverend Abram Freeman out of Louisiana, we have decided that it is imperative because our community is founded on clubs, groups, organizations, and we want to welcome as many young ladies as possible because there are different organizations that are able to support, but if you don't know that there is a Juneteenth program because you're just not connected in the right network, we want to alleviate all of those different obstacles that could prevent you from participating. So like I said, we have connections with 100 Black Men of America. We're working with Boys and Girls Clubs. We're working with HBCUs. We are also working with fraternities and sororities, the Divine Nine. And that's where our foundation is for reformatting this year. We have a couple of HBCUs that have committed to changing their schools pageants into a Miss Juneteenth pageant, which is, it warms my heart, but it also is proof that this is legacy and history in the making. Being able to go into historically Black colleges and universities, and not only are we able to have them as partners, we're able to get them to shift kind of what their momentum has been for years, and to partner with us to make sure that this is a story, this is the legacy that we're going to continue to preserve throughout generations, just being a part of these HBCUs. So you can also go to the National Miss Juneteenth program.com. You can also reach out to me at Miss Juneteenth Director at gmail.com. You can also give me a call or shoot me a text at 918-896-9802.
Okay, and hopefully Allison Sanders is still on and she can put that number in there. If not, you ladies are welcome to go back to the thread and put that information in their Star, so that these ladies can vie for the title of Miss Juneteenth 2026.
Yeah.
We're down 2026, but you're for 2025, so I got to change that. But I'm so excited.
It's 25, 26, and then this year will be 26, 27.
Okay, good. So I was half right.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Miss Oliver, what I like to do is I always have my guests to give some type of encouraging word to my listening audience. Tonight, I would love for you to speak to the young lady who have competed in pageants and have never been able to win, got close, maybe second runner up or first runner up, or maybe, got a certificate but never placed. I would love for you to speak to those young ladies who may have said, yeah, I'm just not going to do this anymore, just forget it. I would like for you to encourage those ladies in some type of way. Maybe to speak from your own experience, but if it's something that you can do to encourage the girl that says, I don't want to do this anymore, or encourage the girl that says, I don't think I have what it takes, to encourage the girl that looks in the mirror and says, I'm ugly, I don't like the way this looks, I don't like the way that looks. If I just look like this, I would be so much prettier. I would love for you to encourage that person. And what I'm going to do is bring you guys front and center, let you share what you need to share with them, and then I'll join you back on stage, okay?
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, so what I like to share with you guys is what helped me the most was my community, my family, everyone that was surrounding me and helping me and encouraging me. And if you don't already have that, you can have me. I can be your community. You can ask me whatever. It's my number is 918-851-1740. But also what I like to share with you guys is I understand how you feel. I understand the insecurities, the way you look in the mirror. Every woman has that in their mind. And what you have to tell that is you look into the mirror, you get close. You look at all your imperfections and all your beautiful and all your blemishes, and you're like, I love you. I love everything about you. And this is why I love you so much, because God handcrafted you in the womb. And He put love into you and care, and He crafted you. So however you look is beautiful. It's beautiful. Amazing. Gentlemen and women. Even though it's Women's History Month, we celebrate everyone, okay? Because we're all brothers and sisters in Christ. So walk with the King and be a blessing, because that's how God made you. Even in perspective of one of the winners, but also I have been a subject to losing before too. It's hard, but you have to keep trying. Like in band, I'm not first chair, which I would love to be, but I'm still practicing. You still have to keep going, even though it's hard. I know it can be hard, but you have to have that community and just it's sad. It beats you down, but if you pray about it, you talk to your community, talk to your family, it makes it all worthwhile. And you have to think of it like this: winning isn't a loss, it's another try. You can try again whenever you want. And if you win, you can win again. And sometimes you lose. But that's not a loss. It's you tried. You did your best, and you can try again.
Absolutely. I'll piggyback off of what you said. The prophetess Aaliyah, no pun intended. The singer said, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. The mission is not to compare yourself to others. The mission is to be the best version of you,
Absolutely.
the best version that God created you to be in alignment with the purpose and the plan that he has for you. I heard the beautiful young lady who was speaking right before us, and she was saying that, of course, God created us to be individual masterpieces. Absolutely. And what we have to recognize is that even in building us and taking us through trials and tribulations as individuals, we have to learn that each one of those things that we experience are scars that make us who we are. I will tell a little bit of transparency about myself. I am a breast cancer, not survivor. I'm a breast cancer thriver and conqueror through double mastectomy and chemotherapy. And I look at myself daily. And while I am not the person that I once was, I don't look like that person, but my scars define that I made a choice to be everything that God created me to be. And in choosing life, I chose to be in alignment with God. I am his divine masterpiece. And every step that I take, allow him to order those steps for me, so that if I'm in alignment with him, every decision that I make, every thought that I say, every word that I say, and every thought that I think is going to be in alignment with him. And that's the most important thing to remember, is just make sure that you are becoming the best version of who you have been created to be. Don't compare yourselves to others.
Yes, walk with the king and be a blessing. That is everything that mom always tells me before I go to school. The last time she sees me for the day, walk with the king and be a blessing, because you are a blessing to everyone around you.
Amen.
I love it. You guys are powerhouses. You're resilient. You're amazing. I like the fact that it looks like to me that God brought you two together for such a time as this.
Absolutely.
Leah, at the age that you are now, and the things that Starr can just pour into you to take you on your next journey as you grow and as you become a beautiful young lady and doing things that God has called you to do. Starr has so much wealth that she can pour into you. And Aaliyah, you have so much youth and relevance and power and strength that you can pour into Starr. And so both of you combined have been able to pour into the ladies' room tonight. And for that, I am extremely honored for this moment, this time and space with the both of you. And my desire is that I will be able to meet you guys in person someday.
Absolutely.
We would love that.
We are so honored to have been a guest on your show. Thank you so
Yes.
very much. We were both sitting here watching you drink your tea, and we were just like, we need the tea.
Right. I
We
want
need
some
the
tea. It
tea.
looks really good. Like, we need to come over and drink some.
It is.
Yes.
Let me put their
It's
stuff
gone.
Hey, I was listening to y'all talk. I was like, I mean, you
Yes.
guys did an awesome job, and the
Well,
words
thank you.
was just magnificent. Again, I hope that I'll be able to meet you guys, and I look forward to doing that. And it's such an honor to celebrate both of you during Women's Month, this month of March, as we start to wrap this month up. Ladies, I honor both of you. I thank God for you. And I speak many, many blessings over your life and the things that you're doing and the mantle that you're carrying to make sure that people continue to understand the importance of Black history and Juneteenth. So again, blessings to both of you. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to stay in alignment, Starr, as you said. And as you said, Aaliyah, continue to walk with the King. So a great, great show here tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Guys, listen, this has been a magnificent show. I'm always honored to have women to come in this month that we're celebrating, that we're talking to, and they're able to share their story. I feel good tonight. And I'm no longer parched with North Creations tea, this beautiful black tea, this peach flavored. Very, very good. A premium black tea for all of your tea needs. You like tea? You like it ice cold or hot? Go to north-creations.com. Go ahead and grab that tea because listen, it's 10% off if you use our code. The code is simple. It's Ladies Room. One word, capital L, capital R, Ladies Room. Go to north-creations.com. Order your tea. Get the monthly subscription. That way you continue to have your tea, honey. You will never run out. Go out there and get that subscription and you'll get 10% off. 10% off of that first order, okay? Go ahead and grab that today. Tell them Clarissa sent you over there and you're in the ladies' room. I want to say hello to Uncle P. We call him Preston in the building. He continues to support the ladies' room every night. So big kudos to him. Thank you for dropping by. Guys, go ahead and grab your tea. Let them know I sent you. That's Liz Macbeth. She is the founder and creator of North Creations. Remember, 10% off. Ladies' room, one word, capital L, capital R. Go ahead and grab your tea. Thank you, North Creations, for being the sponsor of the show here tonight. Again, we're enjoying celebrating Women's Month all month long. Continue to go into the ladies' room. If you're not subscribe to the Ladies Room Talk Show, go over there, hit like and follow. It's the Ladies Room and ends with a Z, the Ladies Room. Go out there, guys, hit like and follow because we have some great things that'll continue to come down the pipeline. We're celebrating 10 years. Woo, woo. 10 years of being inside the Ladies Room, guys. I can't believe it's been 10 years. It's been a great run. We've done some miraculous things inside the Ladies Room. We certainly could not be who we are without your continued support, your love, and everything that you do. And you're sharing it, you're commenting, you're engaging, you're doing all the things. And we are so forever grateful for your continued support. And listen, we got a treat for you next week. We have a TikTok phenomenon, honey. She has thousands and thousands of followers. She is a Christian artist. She sings Christian neo soul and jazz. Her song, her voice is sultry. She is going to be in the ladies' room next week and she's going to be performing. So you don't want to miss next week, guys. It's going to be hot. Maya is going to be in the building. She is a TikTok phenomenon. Continue to check things out. We're going to have continuous advertisement about her being on the show leading up until Monday. If you don't know her, you will because she is the bomb.com. I know that's not popular to say anymore. I know that's kind of old school, but I like to say it, and you know what I'm talking about when I say it, okay? All right, guys, good night. Thank you again so much for joining us inside the Ladies Room Talk Show. We'll see you back here on next week with Maya, guys, from TikTok. You don't stop. All right, guys, good night.
Step into the ladies' room.